Look over here.
Boom. I almost hit the wrong button for the second time.
Thank you for spilling. Kudos, whatever.
Literally almost.
Can I once again say, didn't hear it.
Oh, no.
But you know what? I intuitively knew to look over here.
Ooh.
Well, that's good.
Your soul told you to look over there.
That's positive. So, yes. Well, chuva choo choo, babu hey, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to...
Look over here.
That time I didn't hear it, so that's actually really interesting and peculiar. Fun. Well, welcome to Look Over Here, our exclusive companion series where we are diving into the looks from episode 2 of season 3 of Drag Race Philippines. I'm Logan, ready to say something gay, and I am just drinking some water now because hydration is of the essence of Hall. Shout out to Jada Essence Hall, and also shout out to our merch. Get yours, link below, per.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I still don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt, and so does Logan. We're both wearing
We have cute shirts.
Yes, we're wearing our Fontana shirts. And I'm drinking water.
Work. I am Brandon, professional fangirl of console dragon video games. As always, drinking out of my lead because I have to. So. It's also ice, so again, hot. So.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh no. We lost Eve.
Look over where?
Well, she's Eve, Chicago drag maven, and queen of Ivy Park, wearing something Ivy Park related.
What's happening?
I am all those things, and I'm wearing the things that he said I was wearing. Look, it's one of those things. And then I also am drinking sweet tea. And I'm part of the orange crew down here with me and Brandon. It's very orange.
It's actually
Team
red.
Orange versus Team Fontana.
It's actually red.
You know what?
No, it's orange. It's orange for these purposes.
We're not going to focus on that, Brandon. We're going to focus on the positives.
Well, yes.
These looks from this episode of Drag Race Philippines, which we will be talking about. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we are here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. Make sure to check the description below where you can find our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to this Look Over Here episode, as well as all of the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises we are currently covering. Also, I'm going to make a comment over on the main video because David reminded me of something that I forgot to ask, but... we are thinking about maybe doing live recap episodes for the children for Drag Race Philippines, because the time we film is morning in the Philippines. So if y'all are at all interested in us doing live episodes as opposed to recorded and then posted, let us know if that's something you're interested in. And if you're not, let us know that too. We just want to know what you think. So,
Tell us
with
your
that being
secret.
Tell us all your secrets. And with that being said, we're going to dive into our Sustaina-ball, giving some full-on critique, look, and scores for our two looks.
Sustaina-ball. Yeah.
And we're starting with Angel. Eve, go ahead and start us off.
All right then, Angel. I love you, darling. But let's be blunt and front about it, all right? I'm loving the red color story that you gave us with the hair and the shoe and the body and the little booby tassel. The other side of it's kind of giving me Technicolor chicken. But it's cute. I do wish that it had a little bit more to it, so you just didn't look completely naked on one side. And then for the second one, it also was giving very naked, but it was giving very T-girl, showgirl naked. Like, this is very much the dance outfit that I usually see the Continental girls in when they're going to dance at the local bars. When they're like, oh, I'm everybody on the showcast list are all these movers and shakers in the city, and I'm a former Miss Continental something, Nene March and Sasha Colby, Chanel Van Paris Dupree, and it's giving you. I'm finna give you a fringe something over the boobies with the booty out with some long hair. I'm finna pour water on myself. I'm finna rub all on your man. Like, it was very much giving me Miami brunch outfit, and I wanted more. I wanted a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really wanted more here because I will say this: the color scheme in the first one was very smart, like with the spoons, and then this side train that, like, I really like the composition of, but it wasn't like my favorite. Like, I guess I don't know how to describe it because it's like, again, I like the first look on how it's flowed, but guessing when it comes to everything else, like overall, it's doesn't make the mark for me. I do love this hair though, and because I like this wet look with this hair, and then of course the red like accents like behind it, it is a nice touch. And then the second look, yeah, you can really tell like she was very. It's like she even said in the confessionals she started over so many times, and I think she had to like make sure that she had a final product. And I will say the silhouette works. I just wish there was more to it.
Yeah, I don't think either of these are bad, but they're just not great. So the first one, the variety store Eleganza, I really like the spoons, like the whole spoon structure of it. Like, I was super into that. And I think her body looks great. I like the wig. For me, I actually do not like the side train. I think since you've got so many colors going on with the spoons, and then you've got all these different colors with the side train, it just lacked cohesion. So I think maybe if the side train was like, maybe pick one of those colors on your spoons and just make the side train that, I felt like it would have come together a bit better.
Red.
But it would, yeah. I think red would have worked perfectly, especially with her hair and shoes. But it just kind of felt like a little bit of an assault on the eyes with so many different colors. But overall, I think there are some cool things to the look. As far as the look she made, the trash-in look, there's a simplicity to it that like looks good on her body, like the shape of it. The problem is when you like really start to look at the details, there's a lot going on. It almost looks like when, and this is going to sound shadier than I mean, but if you like have a kindergarten class and you give them construction paper and they just keep cutting out things and sticking on stars and all of that, that's what the actual like swimsuit thing looks like. It just looks like a kid went kind of nuts with everything. Like, once again, if you had edited it and just kept it one like solid color, it still wouldn't have been amazing, but it would have been less of an assault on the eyes. But I still like her, and it wasn't my least favorite thing on the runway. So
I love that you brought up the Continental girls, Eve, because that's exactly what this second look gave me. Like, it gave me something that I think I literally saw Sasha Colby wear 3 weeks ago, but with probably thousands of dollars to make. She is, plus with the ponytail, she is giving me a little bit of Sasha Colby, and I'm not honestly mad at that. I'm mad at the look. The look is not good. There's a lot actually that I do kind of enjoy about the first look. I like the train. I like the mix of the materials that she has going on. I think that's fun. I just think leaving like half of your body basically undesigned, I don't love. And I wish she would have taken advantage of using some of the like the nude illusion and the cutout parts. I wish it just looked a little bit more strategic, because it doesn't, unfortunately, in the first look. So, scores for both looks individually? I don't know how we want to...
yeah,
individual scores? Yeah, okay.
Individual scores? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give them both 60s.
Okay.
So both 60s. Okay. First look, I'm gonna give a 71. Second look, though, I'm gonna give a 57.
Okay, I gave her first look a 69.
Nice.
And I gave her second look a 60.
I'm going to give her first look a 67. And her second look is going to get a 40 based on the sheer fact that she resembles Sasha Colby.
Hard work.
Next up, not his, not hers, not theirs, but our Tita Baby. David. She is still our Tita Baby, David.
She is.
Okay. This is going to be fun. All right. We're going to start off with Wanda, you ain't slick. I hate that pink Technicolor wig that looks like it has no front to it. It's very, very distracting. It's like a fluorescent pink where it's like it doesn't look like it could be a normal hair color, but then it's styled like it's normal hair. So it's really taking me out because it's kind of doing that like, poof, it's on my head like a hat kind of thing. I also was not in any way crazy with the fact that there was a zipper in the front of your dress. Why, I don't know. It was just very oddly placed for a zipper to be right here in the middle of your chest. The rest of it gives me like Girl Scout camp leader, but instead of badges, you have sachets. It's just like, I don't feel like it fully reads for the category for me. Because if I didn't even know what the sachets were, I couldn't look at this outfit and someone tell me, what would this go for? And I'd be like, the theme must have been pink. Like, it didn't fully read like it was from, everything was from the Sari Sari store. And I think possibly it's because of the fact that most of everything that you're wearing isn't from the Sari Sari store. Like the wig, the dress, the fan, the shoes. So it's easy if you just lost the sachets, then it would just look like you were in a regular outfit. And I kind of needed a little bit more creative follow through for that one, since you had a specific challenge, like a criteria to go for. The second one, since the criteria was just making an outfit out of unconventional materials, I don't think this is horrible. I think this is a pretty nice start. For me, I feel like it needs more accessories than the purse. I would have loved it if there would have been some type of matching glove, or if with the boots that you had, maybe they had some kind of blue that went in with them that was made out of that fabric. Maybe you could have made some flowers out of the fabric and out of that plastic or whatever, and just put them on the boots, so that way the blue kind of goes through the whole look. Because you've got, other than that, it just kind of looks like it's just a bodysuit with a belt around it that you put stuff on. This wig I like. Words. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
I'm still not over the comment you made in the main recap when you said this was a gender reveal on Temu. And I'm like, I'm still crying about that. But individually, I agree with what Eve said about most of this pink look. The thing is, because like I think the sash was supposed to be the main thing when it came to the Sari Sari store. I feel like I could have seen a much more either voluminous dress or a like tighter dress to complement this sash here. Because the sash is a good idea.
But it's on a bad bridesmaid's dress.
But yeah. Again, the sash is not a bad idea. I feel like the dress needs to more complement like more stuff from the Sari Sari store. Yeah, something about this wig. Because I like how it's styled, but this color, because it's a much hotter pink than the actual dress, and it like kind of kills it. And the kind of same thing with the shoes as well, because the shoe gives shiny, and then like I feel like the outfit gives matte, and kind of the same thing with this fan situation. Like again, love the whole monochromatic moment, but with all different color pinks, it just takes it out for me, kind of.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and make it clear. These are my.
Wait. I'm not done with the other look.
Oh, well, you had a long pause. Sorry.
Sorry. Because I was trying to process my thoughts with the other one. Because I also really like the colors on these. Because when she first came out of the runway, at first I was like, because it took me a while to digest. So, and then again, still like how it's conceptualized, but it could have been more executed better. So, right, David, now you can go.
Okay. So the thing that I was trying to make it clear, and now I'll make it clear, is that these are my least favorite for each category. So the first look, so there's two girls. This is the first of the two who didn't take the material that they were assigned from the variety store and make it intrinsic to the outfit. Like this can easily be taken off and it's still an outfit. So that really hindered it for me. I don't like this sash. I think if you take it off, sure, it's a fine pink dress that she probably would host a show in, and it would be great and up to her standard, I'm sure. But it just looks kind of messy with this sash on it. So that took a fine look and made it kind of meh look for me. As far as the second look goes, I actually kind of like the top part, the bodice. It feels like she just ran out of time and material and did not finish that bottom half. And you see all these frayed strings just kind of dangling from the bottom part. And it's just kind of unacceptable. I think that's the worst look on the runway, period. This episode is that just because it's so unfinished on the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the first look is all that great, unfortunately. I do like that it's monochromatic, and I appreciate the monochromatic, but it's a dress with stuff on it. I'm not super inspired by it. The second look, I think it's simple. I actually do kind of like it for it just being a bodysuit and some thigh highs. It's not horrible. I do wish there was something on the bottom of it, though. I still wouldn't have had her in the bottom. I'll say that much. But that's just me personally. So, scores.
I'm going to give both of these 40s.
Okay.
Sorry. My mic was on, but my camera was not. So I was still here. Let's see. Yeah, first look, I'm gonna give a 42. And then the second look, I'm gonna give a 48.
Okay, I gave her first look a 54. And then the second look I gave a 48.
60 and 65. Next up, Yudipota.
Yudipota. So, Yudipota. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say what I said when we did the review of the episode. I was not the craziest about the first look because I felt that it lacked a bit of... I was not able to read the storyline of the concept of what you were doing with the look and read it back to Sari Sari Store. This read to me as Doctor Who villain. And then when I realized when you said, oh, the items that I have are either made from things from a Sari Sari Store or recyclable, sustainable materials. But then a lot of the things that you had there weren't. And they just had a connection to certain things that people through Sari Sari stores do. Like you said, the rhinestones were the blood and you know what I mean? And stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, they don't naturally sell blood at a Sari Sari store. I understand that. But also at the same time, it's not put everything they sell in a Sari Sari store or in your body. But I still feel in that same vein that with the context of what the category was, that we should still be able to see a follow-through storyline between what you're wearing and a Sari Sari store. I didn't think you need to necessarily wear everything straight from the store, but I still think that we should be able to look at you and tell that's part of what the challenge was. And I couldn't fully get that from your look. It was not a bad look. I think it hit 80% of the mark out of the category as opposed to the full 100 for me. Second look, I think was a very, 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 I would say like a 95. I wouldn't fully say 100. I would say a 95, only because the tights on the bottom, I'm kind of not the craziest about, but also if you didn't have them, you'd probably be completely naked. And I also appreciate the fact that you didn't just take any red and black fabric and put it on a panty bottom and then just wear panties. I like the fact that you actually did something different with the bottom of your second outfit. So the first one, good look. I just still wish it had a little bit more stronger concept that I could read. Second one, great look. Could read the concept very, very well. It's giving Mortal Kombat, bitch. I could see you fighting Khianna in a Mortal Kombat game. It would be sickening. So yeah, decently high marks for me for Yudipota.
So Yudipota's second look versus Khianna's Mortal Kombat entrance look.
Right.
I love that. No, yeah, I agree with the first look because like I didn't read Sari Sari out of this. Like, yes, is it materials that she got from the Sari Sari store? Yes, but I wish I could see like more out of that to see what the conception was. Like you said. Now the second look, I was again the fact that she got just cardboard and just worked with this is so smart. Like, but I was a little disappointed when I heard the judge talk about the shoes, because I'll be honest, I thought the shoes weren't that bad.
No, they weren't.
So, but I do agree with the tights because, like, while I do love the gradient with this, I feel like it should have been, and I think that the panties in the front as well. Because for me, I wish it were either like if there was a red to black gradient for tights for this to match it well. I mean, it's still a nice touch, but yeah, like would have been so close to a full, but like this arm piece is what sold it for me. And the fact that again, she just took cardboard and just made it fashion and just made it so put together. Like she knew what she was doing. So I was very impressed.
Well, I like both of these quite a bit. The first look, is it a good look? Yeah, that's all that matters to me. Like she turned out a good look. I don't need to see whatever it was created from. I want to see a good look, and you turned out a good look. It's giving me I'm gonna say that I don't know if this has been coined, but her style, she's creep fashion. That's what she is. Like she just knows how to present this really fashionable style that has like this creepy air to it. I could kind of see like Alaska wearing this too. The hands, the claws, those are insane. But yes, I really like the first look. The second look, the actual look itself, if we're not looking at the arms, I think it's fine. It's not a lot of material. If that arm piece wasn't there, I think she might have gotten red for it. She probably would have been safe. But that arm, just the asymmetry of it all, it's just so compelling. And I don't know, it just really won me over and it elevated the look significantly for me. So for me, these are like neck and neck. I like them both for very different reasons.
Yeah, I think they're both really good looks. I understand what all of you were saying about the first look. I kind of end up finding myself neutral because there are some elements, especially with the claws, that feel very like Sari Sari store made. So I get that, but I also it's a little bit too clean, I guess, is maybe what I'm trying to say, and not in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying I wish there was a little bit more of the Sari Sari in the look itself, but it's still a really good look. The second look, I agree. If it didn't have the thing on the side, we'd be reading her for not having a complete look. But I do love the way that this was constructed. I love the way she modeled this. And I think overall she looks real good. Scores.
Okay, so for Yudipota, I would give the first look a 75 and the second look a 90.
First look for me, 80. Then second look, 92.
Okay, I gave her first look an 84, and I gave her second look an 85.
I gave her first look an 84, and I gave her second look an 87. Popstar Bench is up next. This beautiful woman.
Popstar Bench. Okay. First off, from the first outfit, burn that wig. Never ever wear that again. Ever. I don't know who convinced you to wear it, but they are your They are your outer saboteur. We all have an inner saboteur. Your outer saboteur is whoever told you it was a good idea to wear that wig on national television. Do not trust that person. They are not your friend. Go ahead and go right in the burn book. Do not trust her. She is a fugly slut. Put it in the burn book, baby, because she's trying to sabotage. Other than that, the outfit to me was not horrible. I love the amount of work that was put into it. I thought that was something that I thought was sickening. Yes, you're not specifically wearing something straight from the Sari Sari store, but also at the same time, what you're wearing, you can tell is made from an unconventional material, and it does still have an element of fashion to it. It's very flamenco, which I think is very sickening. I do kind of like how the blue and the green go together. I like this look a lot better than the second one. The second one is one of my pet peeves when it comes to design challenges, which is with a lot of people's, where it's just stuff put on a corset. That's just aluminum foil on the corset. And then you didn't even make bottoms for it. You just put aluminum foil on a pair of panties and wore them. Because, girl, there were times when they were showing you walking up to the screen, and I said, "Oh my God, is that our whole vagina?" I was like, "My Jesus!" It was out and it was baking at 350. We smelt it. Mm-hmm. It was roasting like a Ronco Fry Daddy rotisserie chicken. Yeah, I'm not wasn't the craziest about it. It gives. I don't know if you are just a real fan of Jiggly's unconventional material challenge from her season, and this is like an ode to her, but don't do that anymore because she lost, so don't do that. I wish that you kind of would have done because Myx was the only person who did it and correlated her first look with her second look. I wish there was a little bit more correlation of what you did with this first look into your second look, because I feel like that could have been really cute. Maybe if you would have done like a bodice with like a mini skirt situation that was this blue and this same green or something like that. But it was just it seemed very evident that this was a design challenge that you made in 4 hours.
Allegedly. And if you had more time, that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. No, I love how this first look is composed, because the layering of the blue and the green straws of it all, so smart. And do like these head pieces and shoulder pieces, but I do agree with the wig. Did not like that. Do like this necklace though, and love this makeup too. Now this second look. Now, if Popstar Bench did not say that this was Monster Ball, Lady Gaga, Bad Romance inspired, I still would have gotten it, because now that when she mentioned it, I was like, okay, but at the same time, it's still like the only thing that I do like about this outfit is how the foil is layered the way it is, like on the skirt area and the shoulders. Just didn't like it how it was on the corset. And I wish that the foil was all over the boots to just complement it, to sell it for me. But everything else is just, yeah.
Yeah, the first look, I think it's pretty impressive that this is made out of straw, but it does feel a little bit old school. Like I mentioned in the other one that it looked like season 3 of the US season. Like I could easily see like Alexis
Moneyball gown.
Well, yeah. Well, but
I was gonna say Raja's money ball was what I thought of.
Yeah, but Raja wouldn't wear this. Alexis Mateo, she might wear this back in season 3.
Yes.
No,
you're right.
You're right. The band.
No, I would
queen.
see. No, I would definitely see Raja wearing this.
No, I
Okay.
would.
Not this now.
Nah,
And
I'm not with you on
But
that,
I
baby.
would see Alexis wear this. Yeah,
Mhm.
I would.
And it's very drag. I think it could be proportionized a bit better because this makes her look like maybe a little thicker than she is. But overall, I thought it was fine. My least favorite part is actually the white lining on the inside of the skirt. I just wish that was a different color so it was a little more cohesive. Yeah, a green, or even blue. I don't know. As far as the second look goes, I don't know if it's just this picture, but it almost looks like the foil is woven together, which is kind of cool. But it's just so unfinished. That bottom half, it's completely missing. It looks like she started to go out on the stage. She had a long train. The person behind her stepped on it and it pulled off the skirt and she didn't know. And she acted like she didn't know because she sold this on the runway. I think this was one of the best presentations on the runway. And she got some points for me on that because she really knew how to present this like it was the most beautiful thing, but really it's not.
I really do like the first look. I like this color combination. I think the headpiece is great. My only issue with it is it does nothing for her shape. And Popstar actually has a really good shape. And I like her shape in drag a lot. I think specifically to her entrance look in that black and white checkered look, I think her shape there was really, really good. This dress, I just need cinched in just ever so slightly more. Just a little bit. And it would have given me the hourglass that I would have wanted. This second look, no. Just no. You don't even get the sorry next. Just no.
Sorry.
Scores. sorry. Next. Scores.
I give the first look a 70 and the second look a 40.
First look for me is a 77. And the second look 25.
Ooh. I'll give the first one a 73 and the second one a 53.
I'm gonna give the first look a 66. And the second one, I love Popstar Bench dearly, but I will be pleading on this here occasion.
Ooh. Ouch.
Next up, Quinn, complete with Fall on the Runway.
Okay. Quinn, can I tell you the things that I liked about both of these looks first, and then we'll go into things that we don't like? Things that I liked about this look first. I love the puffer coat that you made out of the wrappers. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but earlier seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, you were actually able to find the girls' audition tapes on YouTube and Vimeo and stuff like that. And Manila Luzon's audition tape, she had a look that she did where she made an entire kimono out of ramen noodle wrappers.
Yes.
And it looked blind, very much like this, also with kind of that same neon pink color palette. And that also was a little bit of the reference that I got from your second look, because it was one, like a paper material or whatever that was laminated and used to make a whole outfit. That's kind of like how the kimono was made. So it's almost like if you would take your first look, the coat from your first look, and the bodysuit from your second look, and put them together, it would have been Manila's kimono. I love that style of how that was done, because your outfit in the second one looks great. Your shoe gave out on you. Your shoe was your outer saboteur in the second one, because your outfit was not that bad. I thought that honestly you would have placed a little bit higher until that shoe popped, and I was like, oh, let's hope she's safe. The first one, you look like the girl from Wreck-It Ralph. The little girl. the little girl, especially with your hair up like that with the headband. You look exactly like the little girl from Wreck-It Ralph.
Vanellope Von Schweetz, yes.
Yes, which is very kind of funny because like you give this like your drag to me gives like the pint-sized girl. Like I feel like that you're like the drag cephalus of this season, as in like you're the shortest one there. So I thought that,
and I don't think she's the shortest either.
I know it's probably Zymba, to be honest with you.
I think it's John.
Yeah,
I think it's John.
John's my height.
John is so short.
Oh wow!
I realized it watching this episode when they were all lined up. I'm like, oh, John is tiny.
I guess that's something I just didn't. Yeah, but like something about your style of drag, and this is not in any way offensive, but something about your style of drag reminds me of a 14-year-old Asian girl doing drag. And
I think that, yeah,
it's not a bad thing.
That adds up.
It's very much like you still read little girl to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that even if like I feel like if we gave you the category of glamour, it wouldn't be like a glamour. It would be like taller than tiara glamour. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if that could possibly be part of your drag aesthetic. Part of your drag aesthetic could be that you're like this because you say that you do like your anime and K-pop and stuff like that. So maybe that is like part of your stick to your drag is you come off very like my drag is like if a 14 to 17-year-old girl was doing drag. You know what I mean? I just found it interesting from seeing your looks now for the past 2 episodes that I'm kind of getting a little bit more of an idea of what your style is. And I think it's cute for you. I don't know if anybody else could do it and it would look right and not look juvenile. I think it looks cute for you. It gives me camp. But I thought your looks were pretty solid, to be honest with you. I wasn't crazy about the white bodysuit with the first look. But other than that, most of all of the parts of your looks for both of your looks were pretty up there. So, I mean, yeah, I liked it.
No, yeah. Now that you bring up Manila's ramen look, I was like, okay, no, yeah, I agree. And the throwback to Vimeo. Only thing I gotta say about both of these, it is great how this puffer coat / like cape moment is giving, because I love, and the second look, the way that I immediately knew about the Chinese newspaper, just love that touch. And again, so sad about the shoe. Now, on the topic of shoes, this is the first time am I seeing a Crocs on the runway, because that is interesting, but I kind of love it. I do own a couple Crocs, so I live for it. So sorry for the Croc haters. So
it's okay.
But yeah, no, yeah, the way that the second look is constructed as well, like I wouldn't have thought of having that like over shoulder thing with this, but it is so smart, and I'm so happy that came with it.
I thought this was a pretty good night for John. I think John was probably Jay Quinn. Jay Quinn was probably in my top 5 of the night, I would say. I like both of these looks. Neither of them are like mind-blowingly good, but the first one, I think it's a fully realized character. I think the puffer jacket is such a smart idea here. And she's just like, you know that person just looking at who it, like everything that she's wearing and how she delivered it. Like I compared her to Fedellaga in the "Oh No, She Better Don't" music video when she had that same type of wig, the same type of visor, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting that vibe from you. It just feels like a little bit like, I don't know, bangy. I don't know, is that the right word for it? It feels like she's paying homage to that kind of person. So I really like it. The second look, it feels like a different homage, like more of like a warrior, like a video game. And I thought it was really well made. I like the colors. It's just a shame that she had the malfunction with her shoe, but I like that she didn't let it distract her. She just kept walking as if it didn't even happen. And yeah, it was noticeable, but she could have just stopped and fixed it, but I'm glad she didn't let it fluster her. Overall, I thought it was good.
I want to make a quick comment in relation to what David said about Vanjie. I would agree in this instance with her first look, because I said in the review recording that Jiggly made me think of like if this Sari Sari store was in the hood. Like that's very much how it is. I could see her very much being like the little 15-year-old girl that always gets off the bus after school and is always in there buying bubble gum and being loud and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she lives in the neighborhood. They know who she is. Like, I got that from her. Like the little know-it-all smart mouth girl that like is always in the little bodega or whatever in the Sari Sari store. Like, it was giving that relation. So like, that's why I get where you were going with that. Mm-hmm. We here.
Yeah, I actually think this was a pretty strong night for J. Quinn. I really did like what she gave. Again, I wouldn't have had her in the top, but I definitely would have had her top half overall. The first look, I love this coat. Like, this coat is doing everything for me. The bodysuit underneath, there is a reference for it. I don't know what the reference is, but it was clear that it was referential to something. So I'm interested to know what that reference is. And I have to say, I love that we are finally seeing a croc heel on Drag Race. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know that we ever need to see it again, but if we do see it again, I hope it is in a look that corresponds and it makes sense. If we're gonna see it, make it make sense. Here it makes sense. This second look is so well constructed. I was really, really impressed with what J. Quinn did here. The structure of this whole top is really good. It's a simple look, but done in such a very, very flawless way, I would say. Like, I really, really enjoyed the look. The shoe was her outer saboteur, but the look is gorgeous. So, scores.
Yeah, I would say that as well. I think this was a strong night for J. Quinn. I would say I would give the first one an 85, and I would give the second one a 90. I feel like that, like, the shoe aside for the second one, it looking at the construction and how everything was put together, it was very clean and very well made. I mean, it looked like it was just like a samurai outfit, a regular samurai outfit that she possibly like bought as a costume from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it looked purchased, it didn't look made. And that's good for a design challenge, because then it just reads that much better. You know what I mean? They still want to be able to tell it was made with an unconventional material, but they don't want it to look just like an unconventional material, like how Rajo said. So it's like, I felt this was good. So yeah, I said 85 for the first one and 90 for the second.
Both I'm gonna give 95.
Ooh, man, and I honestly thought I was going to be the highest coming in. I gave her first one a 78, and I gave her second one a 76.
And you are going to be the lowest on
right.
these. I'm giving the first look an 83, and this first look is a 90. It's really, really well done.
You mean the second look's a 90?
Correct. Next up, Maxie.
Maxie had a good safe night for me. I will say this, and this is going to be, I mean, I guess we're going to have to get used to it because I've seen it at least 18 times on this episode alone. I need someone other than pleasers to be selling shoes to these girls. Every single girl has a pleaser on. Every single girl has a, that's the shoe that broke with J. Quinn was a pleaser. Every single one of them had a clear platform pleaser on. And the bottom is either clear or has a color on it. And Maxie has two on in this picture. And I've noticed that
you're not pleased.
I'm wearing platform pleasers, child. Both of Angel's shoes were both pleasers. I was like, okay, y'all gonna mess y'all ankles up, child. I'm trying to tell you. I don't think every look requires that type of a shoe. And I guess that's what I'll say. Like the first one, I don't think that this first look really needed a silver platform pleaser. You could have done a boot or just a platform or a pump or something. I do hate the fact that that black panty was showing a little bit, but I hate the fact that it wasn't that noticeable until you turn to certain areas, because here you can't see it. So we wouldn't have been able to know anything until she turned around, and then that's when we saw it cut on that back half, and you can see more of it. But as the look was put together, I thought it was it was done very well. I thought it was done very smart. It almost reminds me of the monkfish. You know, we learning a little something here from Drag Race Philippines that my mother Bernie did her tribute to when she did the all silver. That's very much what this is giving me, the milkfish. I'm like, yes, honey. The top is cute too. The first look looks more like it was made for a design challenge than the second look does. But the second look isn't a bad look. It's just a hair simplistic. I do wish that it possibly could have had maybe a little bit more length to it, or maybe it had some more accessories that went with it. Maybe if you made some sleeves, some separate sleeves to go with it that had a matching fringe on it, or a leg garter or something, just so that way it didn't look like the only clothing that you have is just from your neck to your hips. You know what I mean? And then you have all this leg and all this arm that's just kind of bare. I feel like that was, other than I think that pink bracelet on your arm, I feel like that those were missed opportunities to add a little bit more customization to the look, so that way it wouldn't look like it's just that one outfit. You know what I mean? I feel like that ends up hindering some of the girls when it comes to design challenges, is they focus so much on just the main part of the outfit, and they don't add a hair piece or a flower or this or that or whatever, and it makes the look read very simple. I think Maxie did a good job. I do think that this was a very safe night for Maxie, though.
Love this first look so much. So what I wished and what could have been very what would have worked better for me is if that head fascinator was actually a huge bottle cap.
If what?
If the fascinator, the headpiece, would have been a huge bottle cap instead. But I still love this like flower moment, which I do like. Now the second look, I see where this was going, because it's giving what Lady Camden did with the inflatable pool for me, kind of. But obviously with different fabrics here. Like, and I see where this was going. I wish this was a full-on gown. And I feel like she could have done that, but at the same time, like, I feel like because she was so detailing with that, she didn't have enough time. But that's just like my thing about it. Like, still an overall good concept. Just wish there was more to it.
Yeah, so I said it in the other show, but this first look was my favorite look of the night, and I stand by that. Like, when she came out on this, I gasped. I thought it was so pretty, and not only was she like satisfying my visual senses, but then she did this shake, and it made like this kind of jingly note. I can't describe it, but I was like, oh, that's so like. That just like really appealed to my hearing as well. So I just thought it really came together well. I think it looks stunning. That headpiece, I'm offended, Brandon, that you would want her to change it to something else, because that is so cool. Like that silver rose petal.
No, it still looks cool,
just,
but you know what I mean though.
For the people who are first time hearing us or seeing us do a look over it, David's a sparkly gay.
I guess so. I like draggy drag, I guess. But yeah, I just thought this was really, really cool. The more I look at it, there's like tiny things I could nitpick. I didn't even notice the underwear until they talked about it on the main stage. But yeah, I thought it was stunning. Second look, it's not bad. It's just really simple and really, really safe. And I like the colors. So there's something really nostalgic about the colors. I'm like, is it reminding me of like an old PowerPoint background? I don't know. There's something like very, very my childhood about this color scheme.
Microsoft Word art.
Maybe. But I get nervous because she's so adamant and untucked. This is me. This is my style. I'm like, oh, well, I was hoping for better than this. Like, this is fine. But if that's what I'm seeing, if I'm going to a Maxie show, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
Yeah, I think the first look is really, really, really well done. I too like the headpiece, David, but I also see what you're saying with this potential change, Brandon. But I just love the ingenuity in the look. I think that's what I really, really appreciate the most. The second look is one of the looks of all time. It is a look that Maxie wore on this season of Drag Race Philippines.
Not that. She wore it.
And that's all I have to say about it. So scores.
Okay, so Maxie. Also, if you're watching this, I think you're really cute. Hi. I'm throwing that out there. I'm like, hey, if Logan can get DLs from Testicle, then Maxie minds are open. So for the first one, I thought it was cute. I did, like I said, get Milkfish. I live for it. I think that it was one of the stronger ones out of the groups of the first set. So I would give that one an 85. The second one, I do think it was a bit more simplistic. I think the downside was the fact that it was one of those type of outfits that you put so much work into it, but the payoff didn't fully show off the amount of work that you put into it. So it looks like you didn't do a lot. Because if you pay attention to what you did and how you were doing stuff, I know it was probably very meticulous and time consuming, which is the downside, because then it didn't give you a lot of payoff for the amount of work that you put into it. So I would give it a 79.
Okay. I'm giving the bottle cap look a 96. And then the second look, I'm giving a 72.
Wait, can I change my first score? Did I give her an 85 for the first one?
Yeah.
I want to change it to a 90.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take Brandon's scores and subtract one from each. So I gave a 95 and a 71.
93 and a 62. Next up, John Fedellaga, or as we are affectionately calling her, Just John.
Just John.
Just John.
This was nasty. This was nasty work, my dear. This is very nasty work, my dear. I'm trying to tell you. The straws, number one, the amount of them is insane. I love the fact that it's giving me island vibes with the color scheme, very pineapple, but also at the same time, because of how spiky and stuff it is around the sleeves and the bottom, it also gives me like a Brazilian effect. It makes me think of like big outfits that they would wear for like carnival or something like that. You know what I mean? I just think it was very, very, very well done. And I think of it also as one of those kind of outfits that, yes, it was made from materials from the Sari Sari store, but I feel like that if you did not just zoom in real close on this look, you couldn't tell that was made out of straws. You could tell it was made out of some other kind of material or fabric or something that was manipulated. But like to really look at it and be like, wait, those are all individual straws. That's one where the amount of craftsmanship and work that went into it also went along with the payoff as to what the outfit was going to look like afterwards. This is what Maxie was wanting to get from their last outfit. And I live for it. Down to the hue of the shoes that match the whole outfit. Clean. And then the second look, it's like almost a fringe dance bodysuit, but an old school fringe dance bodysuit. It's not no fringe dance bodysuit you done bought off the drag stop for $150. No, girl. Some old continental queen named Bianca Verdu Devereaux LaChance III, Sasha Colby's great-great-grandniece, made that sucker with her bare hands and spent 3 weekends watching Murder, She Wrote and Golden Girl reruns at the house, putting every piece of fringe on that bodysuit. That bodysuit probably weighs more than her. I swear, that's there are some fringe outfits that have been up here, and there are some that when you see old school continental girls like Mocha Montrese or Sasha Cohen or Giselle Barbie Royale or any of these girls come out in a fringe bodysuit, you know they finna be sweating and eating up. Girl, the second one did what it needed to do. Out of everybody's fringe, it was the best. I will say that. Bottom line, cut and dry. It was a very, very, very strong night for her. Could have saw her in the top.
First look, she did what needed to be done.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Second look, now I will say this. I did mention in the main recap that like it was a lot of fringe and a little bulky, but the bulkiness kind of works. It did kind of work here, because Eve, the way that you described it, I was like I lost it. I was just like, damn, that fits.
But you know, it's like you hear somebody, you hear woman's got the strength about to come on, or something like that. That you hear that loud dance mix start up, and you see a continental girl come out with that much fringe on the bodysuit. Oh, you know she's gonna work.
Mm-hmm. And it is so smart how, like, it is structured this way, because it doesn't look like it's just on there. Like, she knew where to place what size where, and it works so well. Like, it doesn't streak so bad. And can I steal this? Like, can I steal this? Yeah, I slapped my wire and it went out for some reason.
Girl, if you don't steal it, Kendi Davenport will. I promise you.
Honestly, she would.
I promise you.
Yeah, this was a really good one.
Everybody that had fringe looks, she had the most fringe on her outfit, which made me think, okay, well, if she had the capability to do that much fringe in that amount of time, why were we seeing some girls out here with what look like 15 strands on a bathing suit?
Yeah, the first look, I feel like she probably spent a lot on her package for this season, but it's worth it because this is the second week in a row where the look she brought, I think, is absolutely one of the best of the night. I don't know how she manages, like, this looks so youthful for me, and this is the type of like silhouette that could easily age somebody, but it just looks really cute and youthful on her. The colors are great, and just like the seamlessness of the straws, like, it's so good. As far as the second look goes, I'm clearly in the minority. I actively do not like this. I think it's one of the worst of the night. I just think it's way too bulky with the fringe, and then especially the pink, the solid pink fringes that she just like stuck on the sides. Like, watching her walk down the runway on those, I just thought they were really ugly, just hanging off of there. So I wish I liked it like everybody else does. If I was going to steal it like Brandon, I would steal it and use it as a mop.
Well, you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. No. You mean the peplum?
Yeah.
That she has on the side of her bodysuit?
You mean
the peplum?
Yeah, the ugly
peignet?
part.
The peignet that you have?
The peignets.
Sorry, David has me flustered with his wrong opinion.
I'm going to need everybody on this panel to go back and actually watch her walking down the
I
runway.
did.
I think you forgot.
Her first look is my favorite look of the night, period. It is so good. It is so youthful. Her legs, the body, this silhouette is so good on her. I love all of this so much. The second look, it's bulky for the exact reason that you described, Eve. It is well done. There's a lot of it, but the movement on this garment alone was impressive for the fact that she had anywhere between 4 and 8 hours probably to make this. That's remarkably impressive.
Yeah. because I know that was
So-
probably tedious as
Yeah.
like that's a lot of fringe. Usually that's some stuff that girls sit down and do that stuff in days.
Yeah.
I will say this though too, and something that I'm noticing from John's package is, for me, it seems like, and this is no shade to the Philippines girls, because the Philippines girls be bringing it. But at the same time, I noticed last season with some of Bernie's looks and some of the other girls' looks, you could kind of tell when certain things were made by Filipino designers and when they were not. Something very much makes me feel like that John brought a American Drag Race package to Drag Race Philippines. I could see any of this stuff on the U.S. season of Drag Race, and they would live. Like, live. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see the reception of her drag and how it works, given the fact that 9 out of 10, most of her package probably was made in the U.S. You know what I mean? Because she is from L.A., and she's coming over, and how that's going to be received with the Filipino people. But, like, as of right now, she's doing a pretty decent job to me. Like, she hasn't really, thrown any clunkers out there at all.
Scores.
Period. First was a 95. Down. Second was a 90.
First one is full. Second one, I'm gonna give a 94.
I gave the first one a 90. I gave the second one a 57.
The first look is full, and the second look is going to be a 90. Next up, Zymba Ding.
Zymba, Zymba, Zymba. My baby Zymba Ding. I'm so glad that you did not come out in a bad look for either of these two looks. I do feel like in both of them, it left a little something to be desired. I kind of am going to go along with the same thing that I said with Tita Baby for your first look. I do feel like that if you were to take the Sari Sari items off of your waist, then it would just been like you in a pink dress outfit looking like your mom. I do feel like that it gives me a little bit more of like, this would be someone that actually works at the store as opposed to Tita Baby. Tita Baby didn't look like she worked at this store. She looked like she worked at a Party City. But at least you look like somebody's grandmama that would actually be working at the Sari Sari store. But I do wish that I could have saw the Sari Sari items implemented a little bit smarter as opposed to just having them on your outfit. Second look for me, once again, left so much to be desired. Y'all in these pleaser heels, stop it, please. You don't need to wear clear platform pleasers for everything. I'm going to point them out every time I see them for the rest of this season. Don't. What I really would have wished that I could have saw from this second look, because with you wearing these clear pleaser heels and these straight white tights, it made your crotch all the way down to your feet look real. It stuck out for the wrong reason. It looked very noticeable that it was just white down there. I wish there could have been some red that was added into that. Or if you would have just did red tights instead of white tights, I feel like that could have possibly helped you out. Like I said, I'm somebody that's very big on accessories and stuff when it comes to styling looks. So from the second look, I would have loved it if you would have taken some of that paper material that you used to fold and make the dress and did something with some kind of sleeve elements, or maybe did something as like a boot cover. Like if you would have taken that and covered the pleasers with that or something, you know what I mean? Something to give the look a little bit more cohesion all the way throughout, as opposed to it looking like the outfit is just detachable from your body, which from Untucked, that's what we saw. You could just take the thing off like it was a sheet of paper. Not bad looks, could have been better.
Two episodes in a row, and I love that Zymba is giving homage to her mother, which I love so much. I love how this skirt, like, it's uneven in the best way for me, because like it's up more, which I love. And I love how it's like rounded with like where it is. And I love that the hair rollers with the cans, like that's so smart. The second look, I gasped when I first saw how this look came up, And in the main recap, Logan did say that it reminded them of Stephanie Prince's look, which I also clocked as well. However, I love how it's like the side of it all, like as a nice touch. And then once I saw the back, after I rewatched this runway, I was like, oh, which I was a little let down because, like, if I had seen this look, the second look here, I thought this would have been in the top. So, yeah.
Yeah. So the first look, earlier I said that there were two girls that didn't have materials that were intrinsic to their outfit, and I did forget about this one. So it's actually three. But with this one, at least, I feel like there's at least a story for why she has all of these items on there, because she's her mother, and like obviously she's going to be having all the snacks. And didn't she say that? I'm
She said her
mixing.
mother owned. She said her mother
Okay.
owned. Sorry.
I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that's what she said or not. But yeah, the look itself, it's fine. Like it's a great homage, and I think that's lovely. But as far as like a look, it's fine. It's nothing that anybody's going to remember. As far as the second look goes, yeah, I was so impressed with this when it came out. I just think, however she got the material to like curl in that way, I just think it's really cool and pretty. And I would love to see what this would have looked like if she had more time on her hands. But the more I saw it, there's like just things to nitpick. Even the back of it like didn't bother me as much as like once I started to really notice how bulky it was around her. I just wish it had more shape to it in the middle part. But like there's so much to like about this. So it was kind of a mixed night for her.
Yeah, I think it's overall a fine night for her. I think she did good. Her looks were definitely both good. I love the reference that she's making with the first look to her mother. I think that's another really lovely sentiment from her. And I can tell that what we're going to get from Zymba this season are looks and presentations that are very, very personal to her. And I'm very happy that we are seeing that. The second look would have been wonderful and fantastic and lovely if there was just anything on the back of the garment. That would have been nice. That would have been lovely. But overall, pretty dang good for Zymba Ding.
Pretty ding good.
Scores.
I would give Zymba's first look a 78. Actually, I would give the first look an 80, and I give the second. Yeah, I'll give them both 80s.
Both of them, I'm giving 86.
Wow, it's way less even for me. I gave her first one a 65, and I gave her second one an 83.
I'll give her first look a 76, and her second look will get a 73.
Okay.
Khianna.
My girl. What can we say about Khianna? Khianna came out like she was a bull, high on hot Cheetos. And it's giving this sexy, like, Spanish Latin flair to the situation. The pants are nasty. The horn titties are very... Is it Mugler? No. Some designer. It's giving fashion. It's giving fashion. It's giving, I'm not going to specifically be wearing the stuff from the Sari store, but also at the same time, not only am I going to wear it, but I'm going to reference it throughout the entire look. So it doesn't look like all I got on. It's just like, because you can take stuff from the Sari store off of it, and I would be like, ooh, girl, she look like a hot Cheeto or something. You know what I mean? Like you would get a story from it. The second one, once again, she said she wanted to give us a story. I was very, very happy with her second look, and I was waiting for this look over here to be able to finally get to discuss it in full length. but I live for the way she did this entire thing. I live for the fact that she looks like Donatella Versace in a runway campaign. I loved the mix of the browns and the nudes and the whites, because for me it just gave this very like clean look about the entire situation. And it wasn't just like thrown together, it was done smartly. Like they would zoom in on certain spots and I noticed like her nude fishnets were over her boots, like stuff like that. Like it was just like it was layered so smart. It was one of those almost, I won't say Vivienne Westwood inspired, but it's like one of those type of fashion looks where you'll see a whole bunch of stuff like thrown on someone, or like they would have those runways where they would look like these, like the people look like they were like caught in wind. So like their hair is all going one way and the tie is going one. Like it just looks like smart messiness. It looks like it's messy, but intentionally, and things are all in the right spots where they need to be. And it just, for me, it was a full A+ across the board on both of them. I was so scared because I was like, oh God, I hope they don't read her. I hope she doesn't slip back. I know that first episode put a lot of confidence behind her, but if this is the way she's gonna be serving, I'm down with Team Khianna winning this. Competition, baby, because she's coming to let the girls have it, and I am so proud. I have no notes.
Oh my God, it's pants.
Pants.
No, yeah, I really love how this first look was constructed. Like the ruffles and the like over ruffles in the best way.
She's standing in a fire. Like what?
Mm-hmm. I think that was the idea, and I love it too. And loving these spikes. Oh. Her promo look, the fact that she was in the center with those spikes, and she's getting spikes over here. Love. And even with this eye piece, I don't know what that's made of, but who
is the horns connected to that? Bitch.
Like I cannot tell like what that's made out of, and I feel like also, and I don't know. This was the idea, but I think that hair is supposed to act like lava. Just everything about this look. Like I can't, like between Khianna and John, like it's like neck and neck on what my favorite look of the week is.
It's like I feel like too, she's another person that if she was to wear any of the stuff she's been wearing this season on the US season of Drag Race, they'd eat her up.
Mm-hmm.
They would eat her up.
And the second look, it is so smart how the boxes are like constructed here, because also the fact that like all this white is it supposed to be tissue paper? Because I can't tell.
It's like bubble wrap or like
I know there's bubble wrap, like because like she popped it.
Tool and bubble wrap.
Yeah, so like I remember she popped it in like at the end of her runway, which was stupid. Like another like good week for Khianna. Like, although she wasn't in my top 3, so but she still was like up there for me.
Okay. I thought she was in your top 3 and Myx wasn't, but yeah, I really like this first look. This is my second favorite look of the night. I said she was like a flaming hot Cheetos that got a wish to become a human, because it's just that color scheme and it's giving that attitude as well. Like I think the structure of the bodice is so cool with the horns coming out. Love the glasses, love the pants, love the fringe, or like that's not fringe. What would you call that at the bottom there? I don't know.
Ruffles.
The ruffles. I love the ruffles.
Ruffles.
Flamin' hot ruffles. I think if I had to change one thing, maybe I would have had a different kind of ombre effect in the wig without the dark part. I like the red, yellow, orange color scheme, so I kind of wish she kept that with the wig as well. But overall, I thought this was a really good look. The second look I thought was so good too. And she's probably one of the ones that kept the idea of it being trash better than anybody else, but still like elevated fashion trash. I do think that a lot of the colors get kind of muted on her since it's all like really natural tones and light tones, and especially with having that pale wig, like I just want a pop of color in there, and there's a little bit of red here and there. I don't know, maybe if she had like the bottom part of the skirt with that, like I know it's a bubble wrap, but it almost looks like tulle. Like if somehow she could have made that bubble wrap red or something to go with the top part, I think that would have been really cool. But she's so pretty. Like honestly, I think she's the prettiest queen this season. Loved her tonight. I think you're muted.
I was muted. I love the first look. I love the detailing on the pants. The whole pantsuit is just so well done. And I love that the shoulders are exposed too, so we do get that little bit of contrast with it. The second look, I like it. It's a little bulky in places, but I do like it. I think the concept is so smart. And I think the concept does, kind of bring the whole thing together. I just wish the hair was a different color. That's really all it is for me. If the hair was a different color, I think I would be enjoying this a lot more than I do. So, scores.
Well, my baby Khianna, I'm giving her 2 full cups.
Oh, love that. Yeah, her first look is fall, and then her second look is a 91 for me.
Okay, I'm going to give Khianna, for the first look, a 92. And the second look, that seems a little low. I'm going to bump that up to an 81.
You were going to give her a 70-something?
79, yeah.
I'm going to give both of her looks an 84.
Period.
Versex. Oh my.
I want to make note of something that was told to someone, and I didn't think it was that way. This way it being done, I do think it's that way. But there was a comment made towards Alyssa Edwards on All-Star Season 2 from Fifi O'Hara, where when they had to do their reveal looks, Alyssa Edwards had a reveal look that had cameras and stuff underneath this under this dress, and when she took it off, she ended up, I believe, possibly going home that week, and that was when Fifi went into the Burke Rappers and said that it looked very sloppy and it was very clunky, and if anyone else would have worn it, they would have been ran down for boots. I didn't fully think that when I first originally saw that look. I was like, I did not see that as very overly clunky or whatever. This I do. Love her to death, but this I do. This does look like a bodysuit that you just attached a whole bunch of iPhones to. And they probably aren't even real iPhones. It's probably like, you know how the iPhone box has a picture of an iPhone on the front? It's probably like a whole bunch of those cut out on it or something. But yeah, it's very like, also like the guest judge said, like this, the Sari Sari store, like this is like the corner bodega where you get like toothpaste and crackers and high C punch and stuff. And she was like, when they start selling iPhones at the Sari Sari store, I was like, I know, right? Like that's what I was thinking too. I was like, wait a minute, girl, what kind of hood bodega selling phones? But yeah, it was for me one of those kind of things. The first look and the second look for me read a lot that Versex is the fashion girl, not specifically because she has the most fashionable things. I do think it is the way that she wears them and the way that she presents herself as a person when she's in drag, and I think that really lends to her fashion aspect. I don't think I'm going to see her wearing the most amazing, extravagant gowns or high fashion looks or whatever on the runway. I think whatever the hell she's going to wear, she's going to sell the hell out of it though. But this is kind of what that made me end up thinking of, because even when it came down to the last episode, her runway look, it was great, but it just looked like a very nicely styled outfit. And then even then, it was like an outfit with a coat. It wasn't a lot of styling that was even done to it. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, seeing this, I was like, oh, so she's the fashion girl that like can do the pretty gowns. So it makes me wonder and hope that she'll be able to pull other things out. Otherwise, that is going to end up being her Achilles heel, is she might end up fading into being one of those girls that just looks really pretty. I hope that doesn't happen, but we shall see. Also, I was not crazy for some reason about the second. This is very odd. For some reason, it looked like her knees in the first one were like dirty, and I was like, girl, what was you doing on the floor of the Sari Sari floor? What's going on with your knees, girl? I thought she was down there giving somebody the sorry. But no. Other than that, I really wish that we could get a little bit more from Versex. That's I guess what I say what I would want from her. And it's like, you're giving us good TV, but then also we need to see a real strong substance behind the personality. Otherwise, they're not going to keep you here just to be catty with people. You know what I mean? And right now, she's just giving us the catty girl that's not fully hitting the mark of what she thinks she wants to hit while she's here.
I think the idea of all the phones there was smart. However,
Smartphone,
yes. However, because what I think of all this, because like I remember like years ago when I would get phone cases at Five Below, and they would show all of like the pictures of the iPhone, like of the phone cases that you would get. I felt like if she did that instead, I would have liked this a lot more. But because I think this is like actual phones that she was trying to go for, I was like, Again, only thing that I like about that outfit are the boots, the wig, and the shoulder piece. But that's it. And then the second look, I did mention in the main recap, like I do like the styling of it, but it just feels so minimal where it doesn't seem like it's simple, but it's not effective. And we did see the CD train was a little bit a little struggle for her to walk in. But yeah. Again, like the flowers, but that's it.
Yeah, this is the other queen that had materials that were not intrinsic to the look with the phones, because those are just stuck on her. I did like the wig a lot. I thought that was it was like that long blue, like it had like a bunch of balls. I don't even know how to describe it. And I like the boots a lot on this first look. So what I was told, I was talking to somebody who used to live in the Philippines. His name is Siegfried, and he was telling me that the phones, as far as that goes, that's more about like paying. You can just pay on your phone when you go into these stores, and also a lot of people may like purchase data when they go to the stores, but it's not about buying. So I understand the confusion. I was confused too. But yeah, the first look, not great. The second look, I actually kind of think it's cute. And I might be in the minority there, but I think it's shaped really well. I like the colors on it. I really, the biggest drawback for me was how she walked down the runway on it, because you saw a CD falling off and you saw her like deliberately thinking, how am I going to maneuver my leg around this like side skirt that's coming down, and it's bulky and heavy, and I can't just walk naturally in it. So it was very distracting seeing her try to maneuver around in this look. But overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I understood the first look as well, because she explained the kind of like paying for stuff on the phone and like the data thing. So I understood the first look. I don't love it still. I understand it. It's just not. It's not one of my favorite looks. This second look is just not for me. Is it fashion or is she skinny? Neither. She is skinny,
Well, she's skinny.
but like she is.
No, it's not
she
fat.
is-
She's fat.
Did you hear that, Versex? He just said you're fat.
Really is. Wow.
I don't need her. Anyway.
Wow. Extra, extra.
Oh,
Logan hates
Did you
Versex.
just call me fat? Did you just call me fat?
No, I'm kidding. We're kidding. We're kidding. We're kidding. We love you. Go ahead,
Yeah, we
Logan.
do.
Anyway, I just don't like it. It's a bikini top and a piece of fabric wrapped around her waist with some CDs on it. No, thank you. Scores.
Scores. I gotta plead both.
Ooh.
I don't have an issue with Versex. I think we need to see Versex on an All-Stars. I don't fully feel that Versex is mentally ready to be here now. And I feel like that it's kind of affecting the way that she moves throughout the competition. I feel like that the whole issue that happened with her and Khianna in the first episode really shook the crap out of her, and now that's it, Khianna.
You've been saying Khianna
Again.
a lot.
I said Khianna the entire episode.
Mm. Check the tapes.
We can roll it back. We can roll it back.
I will.
Anyway, I said Khianna because I call her Khianna.
Khianna, not to be confused with Khianna or Kiara.
Right.
I've said neither of those.
It's supposed to rhyme with Rihanna.
It rhymes with Priyanka. So
Khianka?
Khianka.
Brandon, your scores.
Okay. Because I do like part of the first look, but still not redeeming with the phones and everything, I'm giving the first look a 40. And then I'm pleading for the second look.
Okay, I gave the first look a 61, and I gave the second look a 75.
60-20. Last up, Myx Chanel.
Myx Chanel. So Myx Chanel, I think, had two very decently strong looks. I like the fact that the first one was a superhero reference, but it wasn't specifically like, hey, I'm wearing things from the Sari Sari store, but we can tell it was referential to something from the Sari Sari store because the colors are very Mountain Dew. And then that's like the label that you have in the middle. The downside, I will say, is the fact that it is kind of just a bodysuit with feathers on it. So if it wasn't completely set up in like a like concept type of way, I would see it as being kind of plain. I think the second look looks like it has a little bit more work and detail in it than the first one does. The first one looks like it just has like a lot of stoning and stuff in the middle. I like that the second one is almost giving us this Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome evil version, with the shoulder piece and like the fringe skirt and kind of how everything goes from the top right to like the bottom left across your body. I think that was smart. I think you bring out the head of the girl from the first one was smart as well too, to kind of connect the storyline. But I personally think that the second one was just a little bit stronger for me than the first one was.
Yeah, something about this first look I was very intrigued about. Again, love the Mountain Dew reference, so, and giving Brat. Love this head, like, face mask or headpiece, whatever it is, and this second look. Again, the fact that she made that there, I wouldn't have guessed, because that looked like it's something that she would made like for the like coming to the show. And no, that was like, this was a great ensemble. Like, but yeah, I liked this really a lot.
Yeah, I thought she had a good night as well. The first look, yeah, I really like the colors. She's a Mountain Dew that had a wish to become a human. I thought it was like a cool theming with the superhero. The only thing is when she turns around, there's really nothing going on in the back. It's just like yellow back of the bodysuit there. So I was a little bored with the back, but overall, I thought it was a strong look. The second look, though, that was the moment for me. I feel like she looks straight up like a pop star to me. Any concerns I had based on her having different materials that didn't blend well, she certainly fixed that in the workroom. So she's definitely listening, and I appreciate that in a queen. Yeah, I just thought she was so cute in the second look. Definitely one of my favorite maid looks.
Oh yeah, I agree. Definitely one of my favorite maid looks for sure. I love the shoulder piece, and then how it's all asymmetrical down the diagonal. I really, really like. The hair on this one is cute. A lot of people were doing this like Sasha Colby ponytail style, and I really like it because all the girls that have done it so far, it's looked good on. So I'm happy that that's, translating. This first look, I like all of it but the wig. I don't like the wig here. I feel like it's too big, and I honestly would have liked it if it was a little bit something more like a Farrah Fawcett kind of blown back situation with the headpiece, because I think that gives a little bit more superhero for me. But the bodysuit is cute. It's simple but effective. So I'm not mad at it. Scores.
For the first one, I will give an 80, and for the second one, I will give a 90.
First one, I'm gonna give an 82, and then the second look, I'm gonna give a 95.
I gave the first look a 77 and the second look an 84.
I'll give the first look a 78, and the second look will get an 88. And that's that. We're done. We're going to get out of here because it's late and we've done everything we needed to do for this video. So thank you for joining us for this Instagram review for Drag Race Philippines. We'll be back next week with another Look Over Here episode to talk about the looks from episode 3. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check the description below for our audio podcast links, our YouTube channels across the Cup Network, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug. And with that, we're going to leave. So cheers.
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 Oi, 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 oi.
You started it way too early,
oi,
David.
Oi, 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 oi.
Boosh.
Oi, 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 oi.